be right back. Yeah, who is Sussy? Interesting. How do I block Sussy? Okay, first of all, can you hear me? Ugly hoe. Lovely. I have to block somebody already? And I don't even know how to do that. Awesome. Phenomenal. Hey, Belushi, thank you for the cookie. Can you teach me how to block people? And can you hear me? I don't think I'm muted. But I'm new, so. And who is this sussy bollocks person? Great way to start. Okay, I gotta go get my coffee. I'll be right back. Like, what the fuck? Oh, I figured it out. Okay. No, don't make mod. Boot user, timeout, delete comment. Booting user. Okay, fuck you, sussy bollocks. Okay, great way to start. That's awesome. Fuck. Yeah, Belush, it was here. Like, I don't know if you can still see it, but scroll up in the chat here in Foxhole. And the screen name is Sussy Bollocks. And it looks potentially like a porn person of some sort, perhaps. Anyways, I figured out how to block her, but that really threw me off. Oh shit. Now my computer's doing weird things without me touching it. Amazing. Hi, Crash! Click, yeah, I did that. Hi, Woke One! Pussy is an ass. Thanks, Hard Knocks. Thanks, Belushi. Hi, Emmy! Emmy's my daughter. Alright, so apparently everything seems to be working. You can see me, you can hear me. Nobody, I guess, is in D Live. Em, can you please go into D Live and type something and let me know, and then we'll see if that works. Thank you. Hey. That's like the first, that I can't, not porn, but dumb vid nonetheless. What, I didn't even click on the link. What was it? Hard Knocks. Can't believe that's how I'm starting. Like, there's no bots in Foxhole. I've never seen a bot here. Ever. Ever. And of course I get this, like, random slut. My daughter's old enough to hear me say slut and fuck, by the way. Okay. Thanks, Dem. Alright, so... Hi. So, Book Nook seems to be going okay here. So, yeah. I have no expectations for this stream. I literally just wanted to make sure that the key thingies worked and that the audio worked and that the video worked and that everything was okay regarding that. And then I don't know how to do a few things. Thanks, Hard Knocks. I don't know how to do a few things. Like, okay, so maybe y'all can help me here. If Belush is still here. So, I want to be able to get the Foxhole chat on the, like, on my OBS. So if I press the pop out, it doesn't pop out into a new screen. Oh, yes, it does. But then... I wonder if I do this. Sassy. Hi, Lou Beans. Nice to meet you. Hi, Woke One. Oh, Diddy got a troll? Was that today, Woke One? Well, you know what that means, though. That means that Foxhole's getting on their nerves, right? It means that we're doing something right. Yes, I am a streaming... I'm not a... Well, yeah, I'm a streaming virgin. So, yes, please help. I wish Neo was here. Batman selling a TV while high on pot. Awesome. I can't pronounce demonstration, but that's actually my daughter. So, and like I said, she's 14 and she's helping me out. Hi, USA Land Shark. How are you tonight? So if I do that, I got the pop out. See, I'm also learning tonight how to like manage working with two screens. My son, this is actually his room. He has his everything set up. He streams as well, and he has everything set up, and he uses two screens. And I'm not. I've never done that before, so I'm like looking up and down and around, and I don't know where shit is. Okay, so if I go to... Yeah, it's the first troll I've ever seen, Lubine. Me too, on Foxhole specifically. Just say defenestration. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, so if I go and grab this link, and then if I put that link here, and then move that there. It says I need to log in to comment, but I just commented, so that's a bit weird. And Aw, thanks, Hard Knocks. 5x5 on D Live. Okay. Alright. But, hold on. Now you can't see me. Shit. Hold on. Better? Okay, can somebody comment? Because, oh, there we go. Thanks, Hard Knocks. Been seeing trolls past few days. Saw a troll using 1776 ending on 412 earlier today. Wow, it took the idiots 6 months to find. I was thinking that, man. Like, took them a long time. But, like, although I'm actually surprised we haven't had any media find us yet and comment and try to fuck with us that way as well. But I guess the longer we can keep them away, the better. But also, it's a good thing that they're around. One other thing that I needed to figure out, or try to figure out, is Foxhole. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you, Crash, but I will. It's been insane. It's been crazy. Crazy. So the other thing that I wanted to figure out, I don't necessarily want like a raccoon in the background that like Neo does, but I do want some sort of music in the background. Because I do find that it's easier to listen to people. I don't think I would have music on when I'm reading. Probably, maybe not, I'm not sure. It would depend, maybe. But I need to figure out how to get music on. Hard Knocks, you want to help? Just like audio music in the background. We can use Raccoon for now. Let's see if I can figure this out. I'm so excited. I'm on the Foxhole. Okay. So maybe thank you for the can. Hold on, I can't see that small. One sec. Thank you for the can, Lubine. Troy said Adel was a pussy and left and said Abel instead of Adel. They're all dumb. They are all dumb. Like, if there's anything I've learned from this whole thing in the, 3.5, 4 years that I've been learning, is that every last one of them is fucking dumb. Why do headphones get tangled? There we go. Okay. Lou Bean with the can says, congratulations. We're glad to see new content creators. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited and nervous and hoping that this whole concept works. So the concept, I might as well get into a little bit right now. The concept essentially is that and where this came from is that people, I don't know for sure, I haven't done any studies or anything, but I've noticed, or at least thought, that at least myself, I don't read as much as I used to at all. And I really don't think other people, are reading as much as they should be. And I love reading, and we should all be reading together. And there's so many books that we could read together and learn together. And, as I was talking to Methods about this, we both agreed that the attention span of people since the times of Facebook and Twitter and really TikTok's awful for that. People will look at something and they'll be bored within 30 seconds. And so Methods was saying that's why he's doing he prefers to do his long content, and that's why I think it's a good idea for us to read together, right? It's lost. Hard Knock says, I don't have a Chan and I have not seen the layout. I would ring our cult leader for advice. He followed on DLive just before me. I think I figured it out, right? Yeah, I did it. Okay, and then Lubian says, people with nothing better to do can't do anything positive for themselves, like watch something good for them. That's right. Absolutely. I'm guilty. I read images, right? And, that's okay. It's okay to read images. Lots of, memes are great. Memes are important, right? But, we need to be reading more, because that's, especially history, too. There's so much we can be learning, and it's just time for us to go back to what it used to be. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's twice now. Really weird. It just keeps doing, moving shit on the screen with me not touching anything. You're 43, 240, and a string bean of an 8-year-old boy just tried to fight me 45 minutes ago. Really? I'm just relaxing and drinking my beer. Kind of felt sorry for the kid. Where were you? Were you at the bar? And why would he try to fight you? And if you were at a bar, why was he 18? Who let him in the bar? Yeah, Lubine, for sure. You say you read articles, but not whole books. Neither do I. And to be honest with you, I've gotten so lazy that I don't even read the articles myself. I listen to other people read them. One of my favorite streamers is Deception Bites, and she was lost in the Purge. Her name is Michelle. She was lost in the Purge, and she was offered a spot here in the Foxhole. And they had a channel for her set up automatically, right away. And for whatever reason, she never joined. But she's one of my favorites, because literally all she does is read important articles, right? And so that's how lazy I've become. I just listen to people read the articles. She doesn't even do that much commentary, which, I like commentary, but I like her as well, because she just reads to me. Perfect. I don't have the patience or the brain power to make my eyes move. It's silly, but we need to get back to it. Definitely need to get back to it. And with saying that, Methods and I were also talking about how screens are just popping. Emily, you gotta see this, man. I am not touching anything, and random screens are just popping up. The mouse is moving on its own. I'm not even fucking kidding you. Look at this. That popped up out of nowhere. Do you have a McAfee virus? Oh. This is so weird. Yeah, I should absolutely have a virus blocker, at least. No, I don't. This is actually, it's my computer, but it's also my son's. So weird. It's creepy. Yeah, I haven't listened to Radix in a while. I started off listening to PSB. I think we all did. You know, they were one of the first people to do. Okay, bye. Making me feel awkward. Leave.
Okay, I'm going.
That's the raccoon that I'm going to try to learn how to put on the screen in a minute. See? Hold on. Coon.
Why does everybody like the raccoon so much?
Because the raccoon is awesome.
I mean, it's not that I don't like it.
Did you go in the camera? Did they see you?
No.
Come say hello.
Oh.
This is Emily. Come say hello.
Okay.
And this is Emily. She's my 14-year-old daughter. And she's great. Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. Aliens are here? Oh, you mean like the people fucking with my computer? Yeah, Radix does do, is great. I don't know why I stopped watching PSV, to be honest with you. I'm sure there was a reason. I just don't remember what it was. Okay, let's... All right. Thanks, Just V. Hi, good to see you. She is beautiful. She's a spitting image of her grandfather. Aw. Yeah. Spitting image of her grandfather. And then the tiny daughter, the tiny one, the 18-month-old, is a spitting image of her big sister. I'll show you her one day too. Hard Knox says, no, I was at my apartment complex. Kids thought he was a gangsta. Took my glasses off and put hands behind my back. Kids these days. Right? You know, and I can say that even though I have a kid and she's sometimes like, oh, kids these days. But most of the time she's a good girl. Most of the time she's a good girl. But it's just so sad and scary to see what they're going through, you know. Even up here, it's worse up here in Canada. It's worse. I know that's really hard to believe, but it's absolutely worse up here. I keep getting distracted trying to get the raccoon on the screen so that I can figure out the audio. So if I do another browser, and that's the other thing with me. I can really literally only do one thing at a time. So when it comes to my channel or my stream or whatever, I'm definitely not going to be one of those people that's able to I'm never just going to be one of those people who can do both things. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me just fix this. Ooh. Alright, can you all see the raccoon? And can you hear the raccoon? And how loud is the raccoon music? And how loud am I? Am I too loud? Where am I? Thank you for the can, Just V. Many years apart. Just V. Many years apart. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But everything happens for a reason. And God is good. And, you know, everything happens for a reason. Unreal how disrespectful they are nowadays. Social conditioning killing their moral compass. Yeah. You can't hear the raccoon. Okay. Yeah. It really is killing their moral compass, and I don't know if you guys are Christians or if you believe in God or whatever you believe in, but I really think that, okay, no music but video, okay. Yeah, I really think that that's the only way that these kids are going to be okay going forward, right? Is if they have God in their life. So let's figure out then how to get sound on the raccoon. Lou Bean says, when I was a teen in the 80s, someone carried a knife, they were trouble, now forget it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that bad here, is it, Emily? Do people your age carry knives? And I can't hear the raccoon. So I don't think if I can't hear the raccoon, I don't think you guys can.
Mr. Hicks, do you understand the felony charges that were filed against you?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead? This is not the first time I've seen you in my court proceedings. I never thought you'd be walking away today with a slap on the wrist. Recent information that's come out in the press.
Okay.
Today you're going to get some hard time. At my discretion, I'm sentencing you to a minimum of 15 years at the Joliet State Prison. Bailiff.
Okay, so then why not maintain your innocence? Why top a plea?
Get my kids off social media. It's vile and not reality. See, the problem with that is, oh, that's loud in my ears. But now you can't hear me, Hard Knocks? Can you hear me? Okay. Jesus.
Dubois.
You put out, Chief.
15 years.
I guess you're a married man now, huh?
Abby?
Want to be Hicks, those guys now.
Copy you, man. I can't get home. That's gonna be one tough stretch. 10 grabs from each one.
Yeah. Back to you.
All right.
Okay, so the question right now is, can y'all hear me as well as the music coming from the raccoon? Yeah, the problem with getting my kids off social media is that now, in my opinion, and yeah, there's things that I could have done differently for sure, starting earlier, but now that they're older, 14 and 12, for me to cut them off of social media would be like an adult trying to to get off anything, but like something's like heroin. Like seriously, it would be like telling an adult, "Nope, you're done. You're done." That's how addicted they are. Now, I'm not saying that my kids are that addicted, but they are addicted, right? Like if I said, "Nope, no more," I don't think it's possible, and they would be ostracized, and they would be ostracized, and I don't think that I'd be doing them that many favors, because I also know that, even though I let them on social media, at least for Emily, maybe not so much for Alex, but I'm not sure, she's a good influence. She's a really good influence. She doesn't swear. Kid's 14, she's one of the only people in her age group that doesn't swear, right? My son doesn't swear either, and they would have to be Amish not to be on social media. I wish though that I could get them off social media. It's terrible. And it's definitely not reality. But the other thing about that is, right, there's balance. There's got to be a balance to everything. And they know what's real, they know what's not real. And as long as the parent is taking an active role, then, you know, that's what you gotta do. Most foxholers are very spiritual. Yeah. No, I'm super well aware of that. And where I was going with that was, book topics. That's where I was going with that. I had originally, when I first started the channel, I had originally wanted to do 1984 and to read 1984 because honestly, I find that at least once a week, one of our people is music's loud? What? Okay, music is loud. Go listen and tell me if it's better, please.
Well, it's very delayed.
I know.
So I'm like, you're like, Emmy? I'm like, you said that 5 minutes ago. I can hear you through the wall.
Yes, I smoke in front of my kids in the house sometimes, but it's not very often, and don't judge. Judgy McJudgersons suck. Oh yeah, the chat was on pause. That's also why I'm confused. Okay, where were we at? Oh shit. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments because the chat was on pause. My bad. I'm still learning. Lubine, are you a parent? Lubine says, just, fuck. Learning. I'm learning. Lubine says, just make them choose different things to occupy their time. Craft, sports, making stuff, creative outlets. For sure, right? They're 12 and 14. Alex is great. He's, you know, both of my kids are amazing. And they do have alternate activities, for sure. Alex is in baseball, which he loves. And Emily is, you know, has her own stuff going on. But what really has screwed us has been the lockdown. Up until last week, Ontario, Canada was completely locked down. There was no sports. There were no pools open. We couldn't go to the parks. We weren't allowed on the parks. We weren't allowed on the skating rinks, even if it was outside. We have literally not been allowed to do fucking anything this entire time. And it's like we've been worse than California, worse than New York. I mean, yeah, New York is instituting the passport or whatever, but we're in regards to our lockdown, even though if you can fight your fine and not have to pay it, everybody's getting fined. Everybody's ratting on themselves like you would not believe. So it's been really, really, really hard to find things to occupy their time, when for the last year and a half, there's been nothing that we could legally do to occupy their fucking time, right? Emily says, well, most of us don't use social media as a fun thing. Most of us use it as a way to communicate with our friends, for sure. Hi, Blonde Blue Lady Q. Nice to see you. Music way too loud. Music's almost louder than me. Foxholers have 100. I think so. You know, I think it'd be really better to find out what our collective IQ is. I know I'm really behind in the chat. Hi, Chris. Thank you, Chris. It's better compared to the Kool-Aid people here. Yes, thanks, Lubine. Now, music isn't there for me, at least. Well, it's very faint. I'm not a parent. No kids. 15 September. Furry children. Love furry children. Scorp Brat, thank you for the can. That sick friggin' commies running Canada. So sorry. It's disgusting. It's awful. We're not as bad as Australia, but we're getting there. Like my 18-month-old, she may be like 19 or 20 months now. She was born in the middle of November, 2019. And so our lockdown started in March of 2020. And so this child, right, has legit grown up in lockdown. And so now that restrictions are easing and, we're going out and doing things, it's like, oh, we can go to the store. The only things that have been open, right? And Crash, you can attest to this too if you're still here. The only things that have been open really this entire time are grocery stores, pharmacies, weed stores, liquor stores. Yeah, anything that's deemed like essential. And so my Lillian, she knows nothing. We're going into stores, we're seeing people. True, we didn't follow the rules. I still can't. I gotta put a post-it note. Demonstration. No, we didn't follow the rules all the time. Because fuck that. But, Kids. Alright, so back to the music. Wait, M? Yeah. Emily, when you hear this, I know there's a delay, but when you hear this, come and tell me if it is a good music to me balance. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you did the right thing, Hard Knocks. That's right, Libby. Okay, back to play. We couldn't buy non-essential products, says Crash. Couldn't buy anything but food, basically. Exactly. And then our stupid premier, right? The dead crackhead's brother. The dead crackhead was Toronto's mayor for quite some time. I don't know if you guys remember him, Rob Ford. No, wait. I always get them backwards. Anyways, one's a crackhead and one's a fucking fool. And the fucking fool that's the premier of our province right now, then decided, the essential stores were open, right? So, for example, Walmart was deemed essential, and they were open. But then, out of nowhere, Doug Ford decides to tell these essential stores to legit, block off the rows and shit. Good?
Also, I suggest you have the chat on your phone.
Why?
Because it's severely delayed on your computer.
No, it's delayed everywhere. It's delayed because of the stream.
Oh, it's just getting the same stuff as people.
Yeah, I'm the one streaming, so it's got to go through Restream and then out to Foxhole, out to DLive, and out to Twitch. So I wonder, how long is the delay? Do you know? Is it really 5 minutes, or? Oh, that's normal. That's normal. You get used to it. And then you get better. Are those his? Oh, anyways, okay. Yeah, and so they literally blocked off in Walmart. They literally blocked off the aisles that they deemed non-essential. So you could go into Walmart and you could buy food and pharmacy stuff, hair dye. Couldn't buy underwear. Couldn't buy socks. What? Huh? Thank you. I love you. Couldn't buy underwear. Couldn't buy socks. Who the fuck deems underwear and socks not essential? Are you kidding me? Hard Knocks. 4 cops showed up to me laughing at the lot dressed in Charming Trump swag. That's awesome. Good job. But yeah. So it's been pretty bad. So yes, it's easy for people to sit back and say, oh, get your kids doing other shit. That's all well and good, but there's legit no other shit to do. Yeah, in the Walmart, it was priceless. We walked into the Walmart, and they had the masks blocked off. It's like, we're in the middle of a pandemic where you've deemed that masks are mandatory for everybody in indoors and outdoors above the age of 2, but you have big fucking caution tape all over the masks. Like, that is how dumb this province is. That's how dumb they are. I think it's time we all stand up. Yeah, Lubin. Yeah. You know, I look at all these other countries standing up. Like, there was that massive rally in London, and there was like 1 million people, and it didn't get any coverage at all. And then France, and I mean, obviously Cuba's standing up right now. But us Canadians, the local protest here that happens every Saturday in Hamilton, which is about, I don't know, like a 10-15 minute drive from my place. Toronto is about 45 minutes, and Hamilton, they have a protest every Sunday, every weekend, and usually like the same 5 guys show up to protest, and the same 5 guys get arrested every weekend, and they get the tickets, and then they go home and they do it all over again the next week. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you're interested in learning more about how ridiculous our province is, Rebel News is a great news source for Canadian stuff, and so is our fellow Foxhole or DW Truth Warrior. He's great. He's great. So far tonight, hi Leah! Hi! It's so good to see you! How are you? How are you? How's your son? How's everything going? Aw, this is great. This is almost not scary anymore. But back to the books, right? So, because, yeah, a lot of us are spiritual or faith-based, I'm thinking of incorporating some spiritual or faith-based books into what we read. So, ooh, we got the chill raccoon too. Yeah, I didn't want to like steal Neo's ideas and stuff, but I wanted to be able to just test the audio. So I was like, oh, let's use the raccoon. GW is awesome. He had a great show yesterday. Yeah, I didn't catch him. Oh wait, yeah, I did. It wasn't his show though, right, Lubin? It was Methods and DW and come on, John Paul Rice. That show was amazing. Aw, thank you, Leah. I'm glad I'm here too. I'm, like I said, almost not scared. Almost. So I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna do 1984. Again, because we all need to read that book or reread the book and understand it because it's happening right now. But then there was one stream one night, and I can't remember whose stream it was. It was late at night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was, might have been on Belushi's stream, and he had a bunch of people. No, it was before that, his own show. Oh, I haven't caught his most recent show, Lubin. I'll have to catch that for sure. But also, if you haven't caught the show that he did with Methods and John Paul Rice, you have to catch that show. It was amazing. But yeah, and right, that stream that night. See, I'm really bad. My ADD is so bad. So that stream that night, everybody was not arguing, and to be honest, I don't remember who was there. And it wasn't an argument, because we don't really argue here at the Foxhole. It was a very spirited debate on different views of Christianity and Catholicism, and I was just listening, trying to fall asleep, but just, thank you, Leah. I needed to hear that really bad. You missed it at the beginning. There was a crazy pussy bot that came to my stream first, like first thing, all I see in the chat is like crazy woman, I can't remember her name now, I've blocked it out already, it was like pussy bitch or something, it was awful. Anyways, got past that and here we are. You gotta re-listen to it, Lubine, it was amazing. So, yeah, I can't, if I look at the chat, then I literally lose my train of thought, so I gotta try to learn how to look at the chat. So, yeah, and it was this really spirited discussion about Christianity and Catholicism and thoughts and ideas, and just there was some, I don't want to say false information given, because I think that everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but there was some information or opinions stated that were not necessarily doctrine that I would know to be true. I think that's how I would say it. Regardless, and then also, Neo is always mentioning the book, The Case for Christ, by Lee Strobel. And I haven't read it in a while, but it's a really, really good book. And basically he's, yeah, I had to learn how to block. I had to learn how to block this woman, like, and maybe it was a man, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know how to block people. Like, have you ever seen, a bot on Foxhole? It's the first time I've ever seen a bot, and I was like, anyways. So yeah, so then there's The Case for Christ that I'm thinking about. It's very long. And then I was thinking about reading, well, I mean, I have a whole video plan for books that I'm thinking about. But the problem with this, and maybe you guys can chime in for me, is that A, my schedule, because of everything that I'm going through, you know, I'm a single mom with 3 kids, and it's the middle of the summer, and, oh, dude, Lubine, you can totally, like, you can totally type. I have to learn, personally, like, I have to learn how to do this better. So, do you, right? And I'll learn how to do me. Yeah, this wasn't a shill. Complete porn bot. Like, porn bot. And apparently, it was in Adel's channel earlier as well. So I need to listen to 412. I need to re-listen to 412 and see what happened there. But, right, so the issue that may or may not be an issue is, number one, setting a schedule. I'm having a really hard time trying to determine when I'm going to stream, like what time of day because of the baby, and then what days of the week because of when I have my big kids, and yeah, that combined with, like, Methods and I were talking about it, and I agree with him, but I don't agree with him. He's great, but, you know, he was like, well, maybe you could choose, like, a book that you don't have to follow every week, right? So, like, not a novel where you have to be there for the previous, or have to have watched the previous video in order to understand what's going on. And that's all well and good, but really there aren't that many books that we would be interested in, or at least that I would be interested in reading to you guys, that follow that follow that, right? So, like, an idea of ours was, like, for example, a self-help book, and each chapter had different topics. So no matter when you jumped in, you didn't have to know what had happened in previous episodes. It's all well and good. Completely know where he's coming from on that. Makes complete sense. But on the other hand, then, that defeats the purpose of what I was talking about earlier, which is what Methods and I had also been talking about, which was getting people to focus on one thing that is a long project. Like, Methods has 2, 3, 4 hour discussions because our society has been brainwashed to just, everything is short, right? The TikTok videos are 20 seconds and you're scrolling all the time, and the attention span is gone. And the whole point of this is to gather information, gather more information, get it into our heads. B, thanks, Emmy. Leah. So, demonstration, which I'll eventually get, is my daughter. That's Emily. She's 14. She's in the other room, and she's kind of cheering me on. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. But regardless, I have a whole video put together almost on some of the ideas that I've had. So, the Case for Christ... The Case for Christ, Slaying Dragons, which is a book about spiritual warfare, which is super important, right? Like, if we look at the Q posts, Q talks about spiritual warfare a lot. Put on the armor of God. We need to, we need to understand that this is a battle. So I think we need to learn about that, because not only does God want us to know about that, but obviously Q does too, right? So there's that. Third book idea is called Purpose in Prayer, and it's by E.M. Bounds, and he's like he's old, like he's far gone now, he's passed on now, but he wrote many books on prayer a long time ago. So he's like can't think of the word I'm looking for, but it doesn't really matter anyways. Yeah, he's been around. And then there's a couple more. Oh, there's one on privacy, or not privacy. Prophecy, much different than privacy. Which I think at least I need to learn a little bit more about now. We're in end times. Holy man. So yesterday, Emily and I went over to the patio, the like communal patio here, and to barbecue, and our moon was red. Like, I've never seen it red. And I don't think it was a blood moon. We've seen a blood moon, which looks like a blood moon, but I don't think we've ever seen Emmy. I don't think we've ever seen the moon this red. And not only that, there was smoke. So I guess, which is also unheard of, there's been forest fires up northern Ontario. In my life, I'm 38. I haven't seen or heard of Ontario ever having forest fires. I know that BC does, but like, so the sky was creepy ass red moon, which immediately made me think of the Bible, where it says something about a red moon, and then the smoke and just how foggy it was, and it was just like, we're in the end. Are we in the end times, right? Like, I feel like we're in the end times, but I don't know enough to really know whether we're in the end times or not. So I think it's maybe time to learn. So anyways, I had chosen a book possibly called Bible Prophecy for Everyone by Tim LaHaye. So Tim LaHaye is one of the authors of the Left Behind series from back in the 90s. So I'd like to know a couple books at a time so I can buy them and follow along with you. That'd be fun. She's the best. So proud of her for being so open and not awkward with all of you. Yeah, see, like I was trying to explain this to my daughter Emily last night about how Foxhole is a family. So try explaining to a 14-year-old, who's a very mature 14-year-old, the Foxhole. Right? So I'm like, okay, so we got this cult leader, right? And his name is Methods. Nobody knows who he is, but he's great. And he just comes online. Thanks, they can. He just comes online and, chats about nothing. And then we drink this Kool-Aid, but we're not sure what color it is. And there's a massive battle between tacos and wings and boobs and ass. And meanwhile, there's like 101 of us who have like videos or not videos, like streams. But we're all one big family. Try explaining that. So I'm trying to explain that to Emily last night. And so, yeah, Leah Worth, like, I am used to you. And how cool is that? How cool is that? Because even before the Foxhole started, we were all together in all the other different, in all the bands, yeah. In all the other different places like D-Live and making YouTube and, you know, back in the day. We've all been around each other for quite some time. And Emily, yeah, it's not about, I mean, maybe fans, but it's not even like that. It's like friends. Like, I'll come into any chat. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling. I'll come into any chat and the first thing I say is, hey fam, because literally these people have become my family. And I mean, obviously, Emily, you're my family, but, and because you're my family, and that's obvious, but, you know, as you know, there isn't much actual family around anymore, right? Like, my mom has dementia, so she's definitely not around mentally, and she's in the hospital right now with the broken hip, so she's not around and hasn't been around mentally for quite some time. And Grandpa, my dad, he's around on the phone, right? But he lives in England, and I haven't seen him in ages, and Lord knows when we're going to be able to travel. So, like, fans as, like, family, people supporting you, yeah. I know what you meant, sweetheart. Yeah, but so really, these people have become my family, right? They've become my family. Especially, and I don't mean to, like, single people out, but especially the Neo people. For sure. Everybody that, aw, thanks, Lubine. Not looking for sympathy or anything, but, like, shit's been really hard for the last 2 years. Like, really, 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 really hard. But here we are. But yeah, like, yeah, these people are my people. They're my people. So what did I learn today? I learned how to make music and my voice appear. Learned how to get the restream chat on the screen and make it work. Learned how to get Foxhole on the screen and make it work. And I've officially been talking for 58 minutes. So I think that's it for now. Because I'm tired. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your support. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Hold on. I'm gonna just try so hard not to be that person who doesn't send out the scratchers. Holy crap, man. 764 gold pills? What happened? Oh yeah, I guess that happened. Did I say thank you to everybody? I hope I did. Let's just double check and go back and make sure I said hi to everybody. Or thanks to everybody. I think I did. And I didn't separate I didn't filter the comments. Yeah, thanks, Leah. Please, yeah, notifications. Did I say thank you to everybody? And also the books that I potentially do, like I know for sure that 1984, I'd already done a couple episodes, so you guys can also, if you don't mind, head over to the little link at the top where you go to the links. I have a link tree. Hi, Better Lately. Hey. Ooh, I kind of want to cry. There we go. People are here. That's lovely. Hey, 123 SKG. Thank you for the cookie. Lubine, thank you for another cookie. Yeah, so go to the link and the link tree. Go ahead over to my link tree. I uploaded 3 videos that are no longer important right now to YouTube and Rumble. Basically, just explaining again. I made them back around Mother's Day, and then did nothing until. Oh. Are your eyes leaking? Because mine are about to leak in a minute. They're like, I'm holding back my leaky eyes. Thank you, Better Lately. Thank you, guys. Right, so YouTube Rumble. Yeah, did 3 videos, got to like the end of chapter 2, I think, with 1984. did a little bit of introduction to the channel, but then I stopped because I was like, what's the point of me doing this if I'm not on the Foxhole? There's literally no point to that. So then I just patiently waited until Methods was like, yo, we're ready for you. And here we are. So now, as I was saying, so I put a post on Pilled, I believe. Did I? Yeah, I put a post on Pilled and oh, dude, Emily, it did it again. Man, sorry guys. Through this stream, my computer has literally been doing whatever it wants. Really random, kind of scary. Totally have to look into virus protector thingamabob. Yeah, so I had a post out on Pilled at some point that said, you know, send me over some book suggestions. My next video is going to be a rundown of some of the books that I've thought of, like the 3 we've already discussed, and I have 2 more in mind. And yeah, Leah, I remember the series from the 90s too, which was great. There's actually, like, do you remember the Kurt Cameron movie? They made 3 parts out of it. So Tim LaHaye, he wrote that book, Bible Prophecy for Everyone. So I was thinking about that, and then there's a couple other ones that I thought of, and then last night, who was it? Was it DW Truth Warrior? Yes, it was. DW Truth Warrior said that, don't cry, you're gonna make me cry. Leah, don't cry. And it's Leah, right? Because I love Neo, but she says Lee. The movies were so, like, ghetto. I looked at them, I was like, oh my gosh, it brought back the 90s. But, and because, yeah, Neo says Lee, but everybody else says Leah, and then I think it's you who's on somebody's opener. Reasonable? Nord VPN, the best VPN and malware protector ever. Thanks, Emily. I'll have to look into getting Nord. Yeah. Confirm to me that it's Leah, because I don't want to be that person. Please and thank you. Yeah, so next video, like I'm saying, next video when I'm talking, I'm not necessarily going to get thrown off by looking at chat. That's going to be hard for me. And I'm also going to go, yes, it's Leah, only Neo gets away with it. Oh, bless her soul. So I kind of now hope that she doesn't watch this as a restream, because I don't want her to feel bad about her calling you. Please. But anyways, yeah, so next video, don't know when it's going to be, maybe tomorrow, I'm thinking, if I can get the baby down and whatnot, and it's going to run through some of the other book ideas I have. But if y'all have any other suggestions or any suggestions that you think would be fitting for our stream and our group of peoples, so anything Patriot related, anything Trump related, anything Jesus related, anything related to us, let me know. I made a post on Pilled. I think I made a post on Gap 2. My link tree, which took forever to make, has all of the links to find me. So comment somewhere. Even here. Comment here. I don't care. Comment somewhere if you have any ideas. Fuck, man! I didn't touch anything! Yeah, terms of endearment. My computer is possessed. Now I'm really scared. This is really weird. Hi, Pam! You missed what? Well, yeah, you kind of missed it. I'm gonna go soon. I'm sorry. It's almost midnight and I'm exhausted, but you can listen to the stream. Yeah, so send over suggestions however you feel like doing so. The email you can get me at, if you want to email me, you can do that too. Email is patriotbooknook@gmail.com, and then the rest of my links, like I said, are in my link tree. And what else? I think that's it. think that's it. No, there was one other thing. So you want to know what books we're doing, so that you can purchase them. Is the other thing. Some of the books that I've looked into, like 1984 and The Case for Christ, not Slaying Dragons, but Purpose and Prayer, and then maybe the other two have actual free PDFs online. So I'm going to be putting it on the screen, which can sometimes be a bitch to read, especially if you're on your phone. But you can also get the PDF yourself and read along on a separate device, or you can put it up. Thank you, Leah. I can't type and I can't type and think and talk at the same time. Chewing bubblegum, I'm like fucked. But anyway, so yeah, if I can find books that have free PDFs to go along with them, this is the whole point of this ramble. That'd be helpful too, because then people can read at their leisure if they need to get caught up and they don't want to listen to the restream, or they don't have access to the internet or whatever. So we'll see. 123SKG says, I like your logo. Thank you. Thank you. Not gonna lie, I used an app to make it really easy. It's not even an app, it's a website. It's called Canva, Canva, and they have free, like, I purchased the thingy because it makes thumbnails easy too, so that's important apparently. And it makes logos and all sorts of stuff, so the membership is really super cheap. But they also have a bunch of free templates that help you do stuff, so thanks. Yeah, it's a cat, and as we know, methods, it's got a thing for cats. So screw tape letters or mere Christianity, right? So C.S. Lewis, I was thinking that too, and I was saying that before, with E.M. Bounds and Purpose and Prayer, it's so, and just with any of these books, it's so important to go back in time, because what's that saying? History repeats itself if you don't know about history or some shit. So you're absolutely right. It's funny that you actually brought up screw tape letters too, because when I was a kid, and I just found this book again at my mom's house because I was going through it through my mom's house well, essentially, and this is sad, but essentially to look for her stash of cash, because she has dementia, and for the last 3 years she's been going to the bank and taking out cash and then putting it somewhere, forgetting that she went to the bank, and then doing it all over and over and over again. So there was literally somewhere in that apartment, like possibly thousands of dollars. So I was in there the other day, because she's in the hospital right now, looking through every book for this money, which I think I might have found where it was, but somebody got to it before me. That's a whole other story. But meanwhile, I found, you know what, I'm gonna go get the book, because the book is, actually I might even put it on my list. It's called something about slime balls, but basically a person took screw tape letters and put it into a more readable version aimed at, I wouldn't even say kids, I would say like teenagers. And it's really, really good. And I actually reread it really quickly. Kleenex box. Hey Emily, that's one place I didn't look. I'm gonna have to check the Kleenex boxes. But see, I was looking in the cushions. She has these wing chairs that she's had forever. And when the wing chairs have cushions, and then in the back sometimes there's a zipper, so you can unzip it and take off the fabric to wash it or whatever, right? So I looked, like I picked up the cushion and started looking at it and realized that the zipper was open. And so I'm pretty sure that that's where her hiding spot was. But unfortunately, the evil cousin, who's the POA, who shouldn't be the POA, I think she got to it first. Either that, or mom moved it before she fell and went in hospital, or it doesn't exist and she somehow has blown like legit thousands of dollars. Like 1 month, poor mom. 1 month, I was looking at her bank account and it was like ATM withdrawal, 200. Next day, ATM withdrawal, 300. Next day, ATM withdrawal, 200. It's like, Mom, what the fuck did you do with all that money? Like, she's on an income, she's on a very small income from our stupid government. Very small. And she ended up being late for rent and like missing her credit card bills, and like it was awful. But like, what did you do with the money? She's like, I went to the grocery store. Okay. You spent $900 or whatever in 3 days at the grocery store? Like, I don't know. So, I love my mom, but... So anyways, I found that book, and so thank you for saying that. I'm gonna add that to the book. Either Screw Tape Letters or the teenage version of it, because the teenage version of it made it way more understandable, and sometimes I find that C.S. Lewis is hard to read just because of the time period in which he wrote, right? So maybe we'll do that. Okay, I'm done yammering, I think I'm done yammering. Is there anything else other than the scratchers that I need to do? It is really sad. So Leah says, was it actually her making those withdrawals? Question mark, POA have access, question mark, that's so sad. So, I determined, because so with her dementia, it's been so hard. But she'll love me, like really love me and be a good mom to me, and I'm a good daughter to her, 1 week, and then the next week she'll change and turn, and she hates me so much. She's calling the cops, she's accusing me of theft, right? When Emily, who's 14 now, was 12, she accused Emily of stealing her credit card. Meanwhile, it was her, meanwhile, it was my mom who turned out that she was buying apps or like in-app purchases that she didn't realize. Backs of pictures, yeah. Did we check all of them? But anyways, yeah, so what happens is, so 1 week she'll trust me and say, okay, I need help with my banking, or I'll be like, Mom, okay, you really gotta let me help you because you need help, and so she'll let me take over so I have access to look at everything. And so from what I can tell, yeah, it was actually her going and making those withdrawals. I confirmed with the bank that the branch location was correct and that it was her. So there's no way the POA was going. Now, Nancy, it could be that Mom was going to the bank and taking out the money and then giving it to somebody, but who would she be giving it to? Is the current POA, the cousin, the lovely cousin, taking it from her? I still don't know to this day what's happening. And I guess her doctor, it's so convoluted here in Canada, but her doctor wrote a letter to the bank and said, listen, she should not be doing her own banking, right? And so you would think that at that point the bank is like, okay, we have a copy of the POA, right? We have a letter from her specialist stating that she should not be doing her own banking. You would think that that would be enough for a bank to, stop letting her take out hundreds of dollars every single day, but nope. So I escalated a bit and found out that you actually have to get a certain piece of paperwork, and that paperwork comes from a judge. So the whole thing has to go to court before I can actually say to her legally and properly, or the actual POA can actually say to her, no, you are actually physically not allowed to go and do your banking anymore. Like, she's laying in the hospital now, and she's called her banker, who's a little squirt. I can't stand the man. He's 22 or some shit, knows nothing about Alzheimer's, knows nothing about dementia. But anyways, she's talking to him every day, and basically he's doing the banker, the random banker, like a teller essentially, is doing her banking for her. It's so dumb. But anyways, What does Leah says? My grandma told me once she hoped I'd die before I made it to the street. My grandma told me once she hoped I'd die before I made it to the street. I was sobbing, but I know it wasn't her. Oh, like my mom tried to console me, but I was inconsolable. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and I don't even have words to express how awful it has been to have my mother. Like, I'm an only child. She raised me pretty much on her own. No, on her own. Fuck that. On her own. And I'm an only child. And she was 36 when she had me. And so we went through, and she had breast cancer. So she was going through early menopause when I was going through puberty. And so it was a nightmare, but it was also like, we got really, 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 really close. And so these last 5 years for this woman, whom I like adore, and who was really my best friend, she has said the most evil things to me. Like, just evil. And Emily can attest to this. You know, she's called me a slut, she's called me a whore, she's accused me of, you know, still being an addict. She hallucinated that I went into her house and stole all her jewelry. Like, just awful, awful, awful things. And I know it's not her. I know it's not her, but, you know, every other week being told that you're an awful person and that, and being told that by your own mother, it's been taking a toll. Pam says, these are such difficult things to deal with. Absolutely. And Leah says, the hardest part is that it's their reality at that time. I was heartbroken. I'm sure you were. And I totally understand. Totally understand. And now Emily's having to deal with it. You know, like Emily and my mom used to have an amazing relationship. And she's like, my Emily is still trying to maintain that relationship with my mom. But it's getting really hard on her because now she's starting to turn on Emily too. Em, are you still listening? She's starting to turn on Emily too. So, you know, I'm torn between saying, you know, don't talk to grandma anymore, and, you know, talk to grandma because I don't want her to have to go through that abuse. And then I've said to Emily, you know, in Canada it's actually legal for me to put in my will or in my power of attorney, kill me once I get to like stage 2 of dementia. I think there's 7 stages. Which, again, is such a struggle to try to figure out what's right in that situation. But dude, if I get dementia and these kids have to go through what I've gone through with my mom, like I don't want them to have to go through that. Anyways, long rant. Okay. Yeah, so grandma's great, but it's hard for you, right? When she turns, and I want to protect you from her anger and her meanness because I know how mean she can be. But it's tough. Okay, friends, I'm gonna go. Been rambling so long. Need to go to bed. So thank you all for coming. Again, this was just a test, so I wasn't expecting anything. No expectations. Learn some things. Please go comment on my things if you have on my Gab Twitter. Actually, I saw Twitter and Pilled and whatever. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Email me if you want to email me. Thank you so much for the gold pills. So exciting. Not gonna lie, gonna be trying to make, you know, some part-time money doing this. You know, single mom. So thank you. Obviously, don't ever feel like you have to or anything like that. Well, you're welcome, Pam. Pam says thanks for sharing. I'm an open book. I'm a lot like Neo in that way, where it's just like. So if I ever too much, just let me know. You're welcome. 123 SKG. Y'all should go check out Neo if you haven't already. Tomorrow morning she's on at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Lubine. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the praise. And yeah, I'm going to bed. So, and Hard Knocks, you were here earlier. Not sure if you're still here. And Crash, it was good to see you too. Have a good night, everybody. I am going to release the gold pills. And I am going to make sure that I don't turn off the stream before y'all have the opportunity due to the delay to scratchy McScratchers. So, hold on. Let me figure out how to do this.
Good night, everybody. I am going to release the poll.
Thank you for coming to my maiden voyage, Leah. I'm kind of glad that not a whole lot of people showed up. Like, I think I would have been more embarrassed if somebody like, you know, like Methods was here to watch or something, you know. Okay, why can't I get my screen to show me gold pills? Okay, maybe if I open it down here, hold on. Sorry, guys. If I open it. If I open it. Oh my gosh, it's going so slow. Yeah, Leah, I'm kind of hoping that Neo doesn't come and realize about the whole name thing. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so Foxhole. I will get these to work. So just give me a second. You're totally right. So Leah says Methods would likely lurk as to not make you more nervous. He's lovely like that. I agree. Although I did it late at night, hoping that he would be hanging out with Mrs. Methods or sleeping or something as to... I was going to do it way later. I was going to do it like 2 o'clock in the morning, but... And I told him that too. But he made a good point. He's like, somebody's always there. It's true. But I'm kind of glad you guys were here. So, oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay, thank you for being patient with my slow computer and gold pill issues. No, don't save my password. So here. He's always there. I'm kind of glad you guys were here. Scratchy, scratchy. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Thank you for another can, Pam. I really appreciate that. Oh my word. There we go. I wonder if I can release the Scratchy McScratchersons from my phone next time. So yeah, I'm trying, Leah, I'm trying. Okay, here we go. Release lotto tickets. Foxhole.app says lotto released. Okay. Okay, I did it. I released the lotto. Yay! And Leo Worth won 3 gold pills in the lotto. Hi, Mr. Pete. Oh, PN, you were here. Hi, PN. Thank you for coming and listening. It's okay, Mr. Pete, that you missed my opener. Nothing special, just lots of ramblies. Okay, so I think I'm good now to stop the stream. Yeah, Method said that he usually tries to release the lotto like 10 minutes before he ends, because I guess some people release the lotto and then and then like cut the stream right away, and then people can't get their gold pills. So. Okay, I think we're good. Alright guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming. Go to the link tree, make suggestions, and watch out for when I go live next time, which will talk about the different book options. And I'm gonna make a schedule, and I'm gonna stick to it. That's gonna be the hardest thing for me to do, but I'm gonna do my best to make a schedule and stick to it. And if my 12-year-old son complains about not being able to be on the computer that doesn't belong to him, well, he can suck a chair. Alright, love you guys, see you later. Bye. Oh no, wait. No. Stop streaming. There we go.